Have you ever wondered if that tiny 5-cent coin sitting in your drawer could secretly hold the power to change your life? What if buried deep in your pocket change lies a piece of history, a small circle of silver and nickel that could be worth more than gold? Tonight, we're diving into the top 4 ultra-rare and most valuable Jefferson Nichols coins so scarce, so mysterious, that even the most seasoned collectors tremble when they appear. Some of these nickels have survived wars, others were minted in secret batches, and a few, only a handful known, have fetched unbelievable prices that leave collectors speechless. You will want to stay till the very end because the final coin on this list is one that even experts call a hidden treasure of America. So, if you love mystery, money, and the thrill of discovery, then you're in the right place. Welcome to Hidden U.S. Coins, where every coin tells a secret story and sometimes that story can make you rich beyond imagination. Let's start with a coin that stunned the entire coin world when it reappeared after decades of silence. A coin forged in the fire of World War II, carrying both history and hidden wealth in its metal. This is the 1943 Jefferson Nickel with the large S mint mark. First coin number 1. The year was 1943. America was deep in the turmoil of World War II. Factories roared day and night. Men were overseas fighting for freedom, and women had filled the industrial lines, producing supplies for the front. Amidst all this chaos, the United States Mint made one of its most unusual decisions to alter the very metal used in nickels. You see, nickel was desperately needed for war production, especially for armor plating and military machinery. So, the mint replaced the nickel content with a special silver alloy 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese, giving these coins their distinctive light gray shine, unlike any other nickel before or after. But what makes the 1943 Jefferson Nickel with the large S mint mark truly legendary is not just its metal. It's the story that surrounds its creation and the stunning condition of those few that have survived in exceptionally fine form. In the heart of San Francisco, the letter S mint mark was struck boldly above Monticello's dome, larger and prouder than usual, a mark that would one day become a beacon for treasure hunters around the world. Most of these coins circulated heavily, worn down in wartime America when every cent counted. But once in a blue moon, a pristine example appears, shimmering with that silvery wartime glow, the kind of coin that seems to whisper stories of the 1940s right from its surface. The large S mint mark wasn't just a stylistic choice. It was the mint's way to differentiate wartime nickels from standard ones. Yet, for collectors today, that single letter S means far more than history, it means fortune. Imagine holding one in your hand, the same type of coin that soldiers once used to buy newspapers announcing battles of Normandy or letters home from the Pacific. Each curve, each glint, is a frozen moment of 1943 America. And when found in very fine condition, untouched by time, with that soft light gray wave pattern across its surface, collectors don't just see a coin. They see a relic, a heartbeat of the nation during its greatest trial. But here's where the story turns breathtaking. Because this particular 1943 large S Jefferson Nickel, when preserved in very fine or uncirculated condition, doesn't just sell. It commands staggering prices at major United States auctions. One example, nearly identical in condition to the one we are discussing today, sent shockwaves through the numismatic community. Experts couldn't believe their eyes when the final hammer fell, a jaw-dropping $177,000. Yes, you heard that right. 177,000 United States dollars for a 5-cent piece. A coin so rare, so historically powerful, that it has transformed ordinary collectors into overnight legends. And the best part? The market value of this coin isn't standing still. It's climbing year after year as fewer pristine examples remain in private hands. Don't take this as a story or an exaggeration. This is real, and it's happening right now in the collector's world. The 1943 with S. Jefferson Nickel is not just a collectible, it's a treasure, a living investment, and owning one means you're holding a piece of U.S. history that the world will never mint again. If you find one with that beautiful light gray shine, those soft waves of patina, and the proud large S above Monticello, guard it with your life. Because you're not just holding a coin, you're holding a fortune sealed in silver. For collectors watching, here's my tip. Always check your wartime nickels. Look closely above Monticello for that large S clean lighting, a magnifier, and patience. That's all you need to spot one of the rarest nickels America ever struck. And remember, condition is everything. The sharper the details, the higher the price skyrockets. Even a small upgrade in grade can mean thousands of dollars more in your pocket. So next time you come across an old nickel, don't dismiss it. That dull gray coin in your change box could be the start of your treasure story, just like this one. Because every day, new discoveries are being made, and at Hidden US Coins, we uncover them first. Stay with us because the next coin on this list is even rarer, and its discovery sent chills through the entire collecting world. Next coin, number 2. As we turn another page in America's wartime coinage, we find ourselves in the final chapter of World War II, 1945. The world was changing forever. Soldiers were coming home. The nation was exhausted but victorious. And at the same time, the U.S. Mint was quietly creating a coin that would one day become one of the most mysterious treasures in the Jefferson Nickel series. A coin struck not in ordinary metal but born out of wartime necessity. This is the 1945 Jefferson Nickel with the large P mint mark, a mark that carried the pride of Philadelphia and the weight of history itself. By 1945, the mint was still using its wartime composition, a unique blend of 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese. This was no ordinary nickel. It was America's war coin, minted with the spirit of sacrifice, victory, and resilience. But what makes this particular issue so magnetic to collectors today is not just its story. It's the unmistakable look, the one that makes seasoned collectors stop breathing for a moment when they see it under the light. A brown and green shade, like ancient bronze touched by time, a patina formed naturally over decades marks these 1945 P nickels as survivors. Each one tells the story of 80 years of history, locked into its surface. Imagine this: the war has just ended. Americans are celebrating peace for the first time in years. Families reunite. Newspapers shout victory from every corner. And yet, in that same year, deep inside the minting presses of Philadelphia, this small coin was quietly being struck a final salute to the wartime era. The large P mint mark sits proudly above Monticello, unlike any other year before or after. It's bold, it's beautiful, and it's symbolic. The letter P was placed there not for design, but as a code, a signal to the people that this coin was made of silver to serve the nation's needs. Over time, millions were melted, lost, or worn beyond recognition. Yet only a few of those lucky survivors remain today in fine condition, their details still visible, their color still glowing with that legendary brown-green shimmer. For collectors, finding one of these coins feels like touching living history. It's not just silver, it's a story, frozen in metal, from the very heart of wartime America. And here's where things get unbelievable. When a 1945 P Jefferson Nickel appears in truly fine condition, with that natural tone, that earthy blend of brown and green shades, the market doesn't just respond, it erupts. One specimen, verified and graded, recently shocked even the experts, selling for a mind-blowing $174,500. Yes, you heard that right. $174,500 for a coin worth only 5 cents at birth. It's not fiction. It's not a rumor. This is real. This is what happens when history, rarity, and beauty collide in one small circle of silver. And the most thrilling part? The value of this coin isn't done rising. The price is still climbing. Every year, collectors chase after cleaner examples. Every year, fewer and fewer are found in fine condition. And every year, the demand grows like wildfire. Think about it. Somewhere in an old jar, in a forgotten coin roll, or hidden inside a family collection, there could still be one of these waiting to be found. A 1945 large P Jefferson. Nickel, silent, unassuming, yet holding the power to change your story forever. And if you are lucky enough to discover one, you are not just holding a coin. You're holding the final heartbeat of the wartime minting era, the last of the silver nickels. The last chapter before the mint returned to peacetime alloys. That large P stands for more than Philadelphia. It stands for patriotism, pride, persistence. For collectors watching, here's my advice. Always check above Monticello for that big, proud P. It's your sign that you might have found one of the rarest Jefferson nickels ever struck. Examine its tone. If you see that rich brown mixed with green, that natural oxidation only time can create, do not clean it. Preserve it. Protect it. Because once it is gone forever. These coins are not being made again. And their value is only climbing like a rocket. The 1945 Jefferson nickel with the large P mint mark is more than a piece of currency, it's a key to American memory. A final whisper of an era that defined a generation. Its beauty is timeless. Its story is eternal. And its value? Let's just say if you ever find one like this, you're not just holding 5 cents. You're holding a fortune that the world forgot. Stay with me, because the next coin we're about to reveal has a twist that even professional numismatists never saw coming. A coin that redefined what rare truly means. You're watching Hidden U.S. Coins, where every discovery could be your next life-changing treasure. Next coin, number 3. The year was 1944, a time when the world stood on the edge of victory and devastation. Across the Atlantic, Allied forces were pushing through Europe. In the Pacific, the struggle raged on. Back home, American factories thundered day and night, and inside one of those facilities, the United States. Mint quietly struck a coin that would one day become a treasure beyond imagination. A small 5-cent piece, born in the shadows of war, destined to become one of the most sought-after Jefferson nickels ever created. This is the 1944 Jefferson nickel, carrying the large P mint mark, the symbol of Philadelphia's wartime power. When you first look at it, you might see just another old nickel, but look closer. The metal itself tells a story. Like all wartime nickels, this coin wasn't made of nickel at all. The precious metal had been redirected to armor plating and military needs. Instead, the mint used a special silver alloy, 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese, creating a shine unlike any other. The gray and silver glow of the 1944 P nickel stands out instantly, a kind of soft brilliance that never fades, a reflection of both craftsmanship and courage. But there's something extraordinary about the 1944 series. These coins were struck with perfection in mind. The war was nearing its end, and the mint took extra care, ensuring the strikes were cleaner, the details sharper, and the designs bolder. The result? Coins that today, when found in very fine condition, shine with breathtaking clarity. Monticello gleams on the reverse, and Jefferson's portrait still stands proud on the obverse, as though time itself had spared it. And then there's that large P mint mark sitting right above Monticello, bold and unmistakable. It wasn't there before 1942, and after the war, it would vanish again. That P wasn't just a letter, it was a declaration. It stood for Philadelphia. It stood for patriotism. It stood for the promise that even in the hardest of times, America would strike coins of honor and endurance. Fast forward to today, nearly 8 decades later, and that same 1944 P. Jefferson nickel has become one of the brightest stars in the collector's sky. When a coin like this surfaces in very fine condition, with its silver-gray surface shimmering under the light, collectors don't hesitate. They race for it. Because the number of surviving examples in high grade is astonishingly low. Many were melted down, spent, lost during post-war years, but only a select few survived, and those few have now become treasures beyond value. At a recent private auction, one 1944 P. Jefferson nickel, identical to the one we're describing today, caused an uproar when it crossed the block. The bidding began modestly, but within minutes, it soared. Collectors battled fiercely, price after price, until the final hammer fell. The result left everyone stunned. A jaw-dropping $182,000. Yes, $182,000 for a coin that was once worth just 5 cents. A simple wartime nickel that became a piece of living American treasure. And this isn't a one-time fluke. The demand for these coins is surging. The market value keeps climbing every year as collectors realize just how few remain in fine, original condition. Don't take this as fiction. I'm telling you the truth. The 1944 large P. Jefferson nickel is like a sleeping giant. Its value wakes slowly, but when it rises, it roars. Imagine holding it in your palm. Feel its smooth edge, that cool silver surface, those light gray waves that shimmer when tilted in the light. You're not just holding metal, you're holding a whisper from history, a reminder of an era that shaped the modern world. For collectors, here's your treasure tip. When hunting through old coin rolls, antique shops, or inherited collections, always check the mint mark above Monticello. Look for that large P. Observe that gray-silver gleam. And if you find one in fine or better condition, guard it. Protect it like a legacy, because that coin is not just currency. It's an asset, a time capsule, a relic that could change your story. The 1944 Jefferson nickel with the large P mint mark is more than a piece of metal. It's America's resilience cast in silver. It's proof that even in dark times, beauty and value can be created from sacrifice. Its legend grows every year. Its worth increases every month, and somewhere, maybe in your collection right now, that hidden treasure could be waiting. Keep watching because what comes next will leave you speechless. The final coin in today's list is not just rare, it's astonishingly rare. A Jefferson nickel that even veteran numismatists call the crown jewel of wartime silver. You're watching Hidden U.S. Coins, where every story, every shine, and every secret brings you closer to your next treasure. Next coin, number 4. We've seen silver shine and gray waves. We've journeyed through the chaos of the 1940s. But now we arrive at a coin that many collectors call the silent masterpiece of the Jefferson Nickel series. It's not just rare. It's mysterious. It's not just valuable. It is historic. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 1944 Jefferson Nickel with the large S mint mark. Born in San Francisco, a wartime legend now known as one of the most valuable nickels ever struck by the U.S. Mint. 1944. The war still raged on. American soldiers were pushing toward victory in Europe and the Pacific. Supplies were scarce, and the U.S. government was doing everything possible to support the troops. Just as in 1943, nickel metal was desperately needed for the war effort. So the U.S. Mint continued producing coins from that remarkable wartime silver alloy. 35% silver, 56% copper, 9% manganese. But in San Francisco, something special was happening. The mint workers, known for their precision, created a batch of nickels with an unusually rich brown tone and beautiful natural luster colors that formed only after decades of careful preservation. Over the years, that warm brown shade became the signature look of the 1944 with S nickel. It's not the bright silver flash of its Philadelphia twin. It's more subtle, more mature. It glows with the soft warmth of aged metal, like an ancient bronze artifact found in a treasure chest. When collectors see that deep brown hue dancing under the light, they know instantly they are not just looking at a coin, they are looking at a survivor. The large S mint mark above Monticello was struck boldly, standing as the emblem of San Francisco's wartime craftsmanship. Most of these coins circulated heavily through the years, used in everyday life in post-war America, when every coin mattered. But the few that escaped into collections, especially those preserved in fine condition, tell an entirely different story. They carry the marks of time, yet their beauty remains intact. That soft brown tone, that warm surface, a kind of quiet elegance that you can only find in a true piece of history. But here's where things take a shocking turn. When one of these 1944 with S Jefferson nickels appeared at a U.S. auction in recent years, no one expected what would happen next. The room went silent. Collectors leaned in. The auctioneer raised his hand, and the bidding began. 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 80,000. Then it kept going higher and higher and higher until the final hammer came down at an unbelievable $188,200. Yes, a 5-cent coin sold for nearly 200,000 US dollars. Think about that. A small, humble piece of wartime metal, a symbol of America's endurance, transformed into a fortune. And here's the truth. This coin's value continues to rise. Every year, collectors compete harder for examples in fine or better condition. The demand is skyrocketing as the surviving numbers shrink. Don't take this as fiction. This is happening now. The 1944 with S. Jefferson nickel has become a golden chapter in numismatic history, a piece that proves that the smallest details can hide the greatest rewards. Imagine this: you're sifting through an old collection or rolling through a box of vintage nickels and suddenly you spot it, that brown glow, that large proud letter S above Monticello. It's a moment every collector dreams about, the instant you realize you're holding a treasure that time almost forgot. For collectors out there, my tip for you: always inspect your 1940s nickels carefully. Use a magnifying lens. Study the surface tones. A 1944 with S with its brown patina, clean details, and that clear S mint mark is worth more than a piece of silver. It's a relic of American endurance and a direct link to the hands of history. Never underestimate what may be hiding inside your own change jar, your father's old drawer, or an antique shop corner. Because the next great discovery might be yours. The 1944 large S Jefferson nickel stands today as one of the shining legends of the wartime coinage era. It represents the spirit of sacrifice, the beauty of resilience, and the eternal rise of value over time. This coin is not just metal, it's memory. It's not just collectible, it's treasure. And with every year that passes, its worth only grows, its demand only burns brighter. If you hold one, you hold a piece of America itself and a fortune that the world can no longer reproduce. And that, my friends, completes our journey through the top 4 ultra-rare and most valuable Jefferson Nichols coins that prove how a 5-cent piece can hold the power of a treasure chest. These are not just coins, they are stories, history, and wealth combined. Remember, Hidden US Coins brings you freshly updated videos every single day, uncovering the secrets and hidden fortunes of American coinage. So make sure you subscribe, hit that bell, and stay with us because tomorrow's discovery could be your treasure.